6p, isn't that so? That's the answer for 6p. So 6p plus a half q. So what's the answer there? What comes there? Yeah, I'm waiting. Hello?
Negative 18. That's 18.
Okay. Negative 18? Somebody say negative 18. Do we agree?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Anybody want to query the negative 18? There's still time. We have 4 minutes left. That's where we
so
stop.
negative and negative, not positive, man.
Ah, here we go again. A negative and a negative is a positive. You see, when you see we learn some, you see, look at that. Maths, remember that, remember I said that maths is a language and I'm being recorded, so replay it. Maths is a language. You see, when you grow up in a particular country and from small, your mind now is very open to learn the language of that society, isn't that so? So if you grow up in a Chinese society, you'll pick up the Chinese language. That is natural physiology, they call that. Physio, psychology, socio-physio, human beings. If you grow up in a Spanish country, you'll pick up that language. Even within the country, certain parts of the country speak differently and you can notice the accent. When you reach a certain age, I don't know if it's probably, I'll have to research it, probably 8 or somewhere, 10, not far, it's going to become exponentially difficult to learn another language. Your early stages, grade 1, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, time you reach like 6, 7, to learn a new language is becoming increasingly difficult. So now you all have learned that maths is a language. You all have learned a negative and a negative is a positive. So I think you have to try your best to unlearn it. Look, I've written it up there. A negative and a negative is a negative in arithmetic. We're doing arithmetic now. We're adding and subtracting numbers. That's arithmetic. A negative and a negative is a negative. A negative times a negative is a positive. Please take note of that. Let's come down here. You have a negative 12. What sign that is there? Between two matrices, what sign that is there?
A positive.
What other word can we replace with that sign apart from positive? And you have a negative 12 and you have a negative 6. A negative in reality is like owing. You see that negative sign? Everything in maths have a practical application, and that is why, sometimes the syllabus doesn't have time for that. But that negative sign in real life is like a debit. You owe. It's like a loan. It's like a QAD. You take a QAD. You owe something. You owe $12. Or you take out. You go in the bank, you take out $12. And another day, you go and you take out $6. So if you take out $12 and you take out $6, how much dollars you took out in all? You took out $18. So you have to try to take your time and try to relearn that. You have to try to erase that. It is very difficult to erase it from you. It will always come out because for us to, no matter if you from now, like let's say at that age you're like, if you'll go in England, you can spend the rest of your life in England. Anybody will know you. Once you start to talk, they will know you were not born in England. Same thing. if somebody is born in England, little boy, little child, little girl, they grow up to a certain age, like I say 12, 15, and they come and live in Dominica. They spend years in Dominica. The accent, the English accent will still be there. So that is what is happening there. You have learned it that way, a negative and a negative is a positive, so it's very difficult. But remember, in arithmetic, and is a plus. A negative and a negative is a negative. You can prove it in the calculator. Put negative 12. Look at it. Negative 12.
Yes, I just tried, you know.
Right. The calculator knows that. Negative 2, because the person that programmed the calculator, that they have to, they program
Yeah.
this a language.
Well, before I didn't know. And
Negative. Right. Negative 12
and
plus.
was positive. You understand? Like it's a positive sign. So it's
Right.
like when you say it like that, I understand. I understand.
Negative 12 plus negative 6 equal
Mm-hmm.
negative 18. So be mindful of that. Let's continue. 6 plus 12. You see? 6 plus 12 is what? 18. Easy peasy. 0 plus 4 is what? 4. 0 plus a minus 2 is what? Minus 2. 42 plus 0 is what? Where we get that 42? Oh, we multiply by 6, that's why. Minus 54. Look another one again. A classic one again. You went in the bank yesterday, you took out $54. Or you go in the ATM machine, or you go by research, you took out $54 from your debit card. And you go by Chillingford, you took out $8 from your debit card. In all, how much you took out? 62? Alright. Negative
Negative
62.
62.
Right?
So put your 42.
42. Yep, thanks a lot. So that's it for today. I will give you all feedback with regards to the rest of the assignment.